Good morning. Today we are continuing on with those proportions. We are doing PO32. I can solve a proportion using equivalency and cross products. I don't know about you, but last Thursday seems so long ago. I almost don't remember what we did in that last objective that we did. But you can look back at objective 31, CO31, and it talks about cross products. And it talks about the equivalency. Okay, so think about what we know about those cross products. If we multiply going diagonal, multiply going diagonal, if it's the same number, is it a proportion? Yes. Okay, so that's the cross products when we multiply across. So up until now, your work with ratios and rates has been primarily with values that work out evenly. So we can do that simplifying to see if they're proportional. Or multiplying by the same scale factor, we can do that easy. Now we're getting into the more, we're big kids, we need to be able to work out big kid math with those cross products. So instead of seeing the equivalency easily with those equivalent fractions, now we're going to focus on proportions that do not have a whole number for their scale factor. So it goes into those decimals. Hooray for cross products. They help us find out if they are proportional or not. So you can't just look at it and say yes or no. You have to do the math. So we're going to solve each proportion using cross products. You must show your work. Whew. Show your work. Okay, we're getting into higher level math. We need to write everything out. Don't just use your calculator. Write out the calculation that you're going to do so you know. We're going to round our decimal answers to the nearest tenth. Unless we're working with money. If we're working with money, what should we round to? Hundredth, right? Because those cents go out to the hundredth place. So when we're working with money, you can round to the hundredth. So let's see how this works. Remind ourselves how to do cross products. When there is more than one term in a part of a fraction, oh no, Mr. Schultz said he took this part out. But, what? You don't have this part, right? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, he said he took it out. You're going to need to use parentheses and the distributive process, but I don't think we have that work, those examples that we're going to have to do. So in the work that we do, I don't believe we have to do the distributive property. Just know that distributive property is when we have to multiply through our parentheses. Okay, get up quick. I have the distributive property on the back wall. So distributive property is when you have that number outside of the parentheses. So I think back there it was like this. So we multiply, because when we're right outside of parentheses, it means multiply, you multiply it through. So 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so distributive means multiplying it through the parentheses. But like I said, I think he took out the problems that actually had those in it. So, let's see what we're going to do. Cross products. When we multiply across. So 12 times n equals 13 times 30. So, I can't do any math here yet. I keep that 12n. But what is 13 times 30? Hold on. 390. Now what math do I do? This takes us back a few units. How do I solve for n? Joe? Yeah, I have to divide both sides by 12 because I was multiplying by 12. So I divide both sides by 12. What is 390 divided by 12? Elliot?
3 3
32.5. Is there a way for me to check my work? Bolton?
32.5 times 12.
Yeah. I have to work it backwards. Is 32.5 times 12 the same as 13 times 30? Do they balance out?
Yes.
Yes, they do. But actually do the work. Don't just say, oh yeah, I said n equals that so I know it works. Actually put it into your calculator. 32.5 times 12. Does it equal the same? Do both sides of the equal sign balance out? So truly check your work. So let's look at our next one. We're doing cross products. So what equation am I going to write? Because we have to show our work. We're writing out our equations. What equation should I write, Clara?
15 times n is...
Look at what we circled though, Clara. 15 times what?
8.
15 times 8.
Is equal to 21.
Yeah. So make sure that you're multiplying those diagonals. The two diagonals should equal each other. Does it matter which side I put the n on? No. I could say 21 times n equals 15 times 8. 15 times 8 equals 21 times n. What math do I have to do next? Elliot?
15 times 8.
Which is what?
120.
120 equals 21n. What math do I do next? Is that Finley?
120 divided by 21.
Yeah, I'm going to divide both sides by 21 because I want to get the n by itself. What is 120 divided by 21? Colton?
5.7.
5.7. So then I'm going to go back and say, does 5.7 times 21, does that equal 15 times 8? Make sure it balances out. So always double check your work. You're going to do the last two on your own. Let's take a peek at our word problem. So let me scroll up. Your famous gravy recipe. You have noticed how a lot of my questions have to do with food. Mr. Schultz really likes his food. He likes to eat, and that's not a bad thing. But your famous gravy recipe can feed 6 people. How many batches will you need to make in order to have enough for 27 people that are coming to Thanksgiving? So I need to use the information in there to set up my proportion. What would my proportion look like? Elliot?
N over 6.
Not n. Why not n? I have 6 people. What do I know about those 6 people, Joe?
That there will be 27 of them in
Then I'm going to have 27 people. Okay, so I know my peoples are going to be across from each other. What do I know about this? What's the other part of my proportion? I've got people. Oh, AJ?
6 people is 1 batch.
Ah, 1 batch of gravy is for 6 people. And we need to know how many batches for 27 people. Notice how I'm labeling, making sure batches are across from each other, people are across from each other. Could I have put 6 people over 1 batch? Sure. Okay, then I would have to put 27 people over question mark batches, right? As long as you keep the people with the people, the batches with the batches. Now we're going to do what we were doing up top. We're going to do that cross products. So we would have 1 times 27 equals 6, and I'm going to put an n in for the question mark. You could put whatever letter you want in for that question mark. So 1 times 27 we know is 27. We need to divide by that 6 on both sides. What is 27 divided by 6? Gavin?
4.5.
4.5. So I need to make 4.5 batches to feed all 27 people coming for Thanksgiving dinner. So your first step is writing out your proportion. Okay? So your next one, you're going to have grapefruit to money. Grapefruit to money. Then do your cross products to figure out what the money cost is. So make sure as you set it up, you use your labels so you're setting them up correctly. Any questions on this first page? All right, let's look at our second page. The top part is just like that first page, right? Doing your cross products. They give us the proportions. Do your cross products. Show your work. So what is it that you are multiplying? Solve for n. So if we're multiplying with that n, we have to divide, right? So show your work. Don't just give me an answer. Show your work. On the bottom, we've got more word problems. Your first step is to use the words in those word problems, figure out what your proportions are. Some of them, you're just answering that missing one. Some of them, there might be a little bit more to the question. Make sure you're answering the final question. No matter what, you have to set up your proportions. Figure out what your missing number is, and then see if that is answering your final question. See if there's more steps you have to do to answer that final question. Any questions on the second page? Okay, so when we come back from lunch, you're working on that first page. Don't forget, you have to finish that first page. You are showing your work, writing it all out, writing all those calculations up that you're putting into your calculator, and then giving me the answer. And then we have our second page. Make sure you're writing those proportions out for our word problems. I shouldn't see crazy stuff going all over your paper. I should see your proportions, and then I should see what we are doing. So 3 tacos are $1.14. 25 tacos is a question mark for the money. So I should see you doing 3n equals 25 times 1.14, and then solving for n. So I should see you writing it all out. Most importantly, I want to see your proportion that you are using. We need to get in the habit of writing out those proportions so we can do that cross products. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I want to see your work. We have plenty of time when we come back from lunch to do the work. So you need to use that time to show all of your work. If you are watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you come and ask me if you have any questions on how to do this. Don't forget to like and subscribe.